Hi, this is Dr. Barry Marks, chiropractor in Orange, California, and I'm here to give you some tips on home headache relief. Before we get started on these tips for headache relief at home, I first want to congratulate you for looking for a natural alternative to your headache pain. You see, in America, we have an epidemic nowadays. There are way too many people taking these over-the-counter pain relievers and causing serious illness and even death. So anything natural that you can do to avoid taking these dangerous drugs is really good for you. Okay, so we're going to categorize headaches into two main categories. It's kind of a simplification, but it works for our purposes here. The first type of headaches are called mechanical headaches. Mechanical headaches make up about 70 to 80% of all headaches. These headaches are caused by either tightness in the muscles, we call that a tension headache, or a problem inside your neck, we call that cervicogenic headache. The two are intertwined and sometimes hard to tell the difference between them. But they're caused by stress, poor posture, physical exertion, dehydration, spinal bone misalignments from injuries such as sports injury or car accidents, arthritis in your neck, or a disc problem. The other type of headache is what we would call chemical in nature. Migraines and cluster headaches are in this category, and both are thought to be mediated by neurochemical alterations in the body causing head pain. Migraines are generally more severe headaches caused by a sudden lack of blood flow due to a blood vessel spasm. And this creates an odd sensation that we know as an aura, where you have lightheadedness, flickering lights, wavy lines. You may feel queasy in the stomach. That lasts for a few seconds, and then suddenly a massive headache starts. And that's because the blood vessels suddenly open and allow a huge rush of blood into your head. This causes the intense pounding headache, nausea, and light sensitivity that most migraine sufferers deal with. They can last minutes, hours, and even days. Migraines usually have triggers. Triggers are things that set off the headache, such as lack of sleep, dehydration, chemicals such as found in chocolate, red wine, alcohol, caffeine, food preservatives like sulfites and MSG, and other substances. Okay, so now what can you do at home to relieve your headaches? Rather than grabbing a bottle of pills, here's some things you can do. The natural substances I'm going to share with you are much safer than the chemicals that you would buy in your drugstore. The first herb we'll talk about is willow, or white willow, or known as willow bark. This is the grandfather of aspirin. It contains an active ingredient called salicin, which our bodies convert to salicylic acid, the chemical we know today as aspirin. Yes, it's pretty amazing. Our body can take this natural substance and create aspirin out of it. Now, the obvious drawback of taking commercially available aspirin is stomach bleeding and ulcers. Willow's active ingredient goes into the stomach as salicin and is later converted in the body as pain-relieving salicylic acid, avoiding irritation to the stomach. Now, this isn't some guru-type stuff. Mainstream science is behind using willow bark. The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center says white willow can be used as an alternate to aspirin. And the University of Maryland Medical Center reports scientific evidence shows that white willow bark is less likely than other common pain relievers to cause gastrointestinal side effects, such as upset stomach. Now, how much to take? White willow bark comes in capsules, and you would take between 60 to 240 milligrams of standardized salicin daily while you have a headache. Try to take the least amount possible to relieve your headache. You may have to experiment with this over time. You can also prepare a willow tea. You take 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried willow bark and 8 ounces of boiling water. Drain and sip 3 to 4 times a day. The next natural herb you can use for headache relief is called Skullcap. This is another natural herb that can help headaches and relax you. A warning here. You only want 100% pure skullcap that is not modified in any way. Some preparations are mixed with other things or contain the herb germander, which is known to be toxic to the liver. You want to find skullcap in tincture or liquid form. You want to take 2 to 3 drops for a simple mild tension headache, 10 to 15 drops at the beginning of a major headache. You can do that 2 to 4 times during the day if the headache persists. If you need a sedating type effect to get to sleep off a headache, use a full dropper or 15 to 25 drops, and that will settle you down. The next natural substance you can try is a ginger, coriander, and chamomile tea. Ginger is useful for tension headaches. It's also anti-inflammatory in nature. You could take capsule forms, but for the tea you want fresh ginger root. Coriander is also known to have pain-relieving effects. To make your headache tea, you take several slices of ginger, a spoon of coriander seeds, and some chamomile tea leaves, and boil until you strongly smell the coriander scent. Strain and sip in your favorite chair in low light with your feet up. The nuclear option for an acute headache is a cup of strong black coffee. A cup of hot caffeine can help relieve headache pain pretty quickly. But be careful if you have migraines, as many people report caffeine as a trigger for their migraines. If you don't have that as a trigger, then go ahead and try the caffeine for a mechanical type headache. Now here are some things that you can physically do to help with your mechanical headaches. Everyone is different and every headache can be different, but try some of these remedies and see which ones work best for you. The first one is exercise. I know you have a headache and you don't feel like working out, but a quick workout may be able to stop your headache from progressing, possibly because it triggers the release of pain-reducing neurotransmitters. Choose a low-impact activity like riding a stationary bike or a mild to moderately paced walk to avoiding further stress to your pounding head. No Zumba, no kickboxing. Regular workouts are also recommended as it helps you sleep better at night and releases physical and emotional stress. The next thing you can do is use what I would call an ice neck roll. You just roll up a towel into a very hard roll and place a flexible ice pack over it. Remember to cover ice packs with paper towel, never directly on your skin. Lie on your back with the roll just underneath your neck and relax for 12 to 15 minutes. A good way to get relief from your headache at home for mechanical headaches is to do some form of massage. Now, if there's nobody around to help you out by giving you a little neck rub, then you can do some things at home. First, you can work on the temples. There's really thin muscles in your scalp here. You just want to rub them kind of gently. Then you can move down to the jaw. There's going to be some knots in there for most people. You're going to get in there and dig in circular motions and really rub those knots out. And then you're going to get back to the neck. You can rub the neck. I like to use firm circular pressure underneath where the skull meets the spine and just really dig in there and work those knots underneath there. And you want to do it for like maybe half a minute to a minute. Another important thing for relieving mechanical head pain with massage is to use a pressure point in your hand. So you just want to get the fleshy part between the thumb and index finger and squeeze it with your other hand and really work that with deep circular motions. You're going to feel a little nodule in there. You want to work that nodule out maybe about 30 seconds or so. It could be very, very tender, but you just want to keep working it until you've done it for about 30 seconds, or the knot goes away, or you start noticing some headache relief. The key to migraine headaches is to keep them from coming on in the first place. Prevention. Here's some things that you can take to prevent headaches of a migraine type. Butterbur. It's an herb and it's good for preventing migraine attacks along with magnesium. It's not so good for relieving an acute migraine after it's already started, and that's according to the University of Minnesota. Dosage is 75 milligrams twice a day. Here's a warning though, make sure that it is PA or alkaloids free. There are different alkaloids that can be added to Butterbur or in Butterbur that are toxins to the liver, and in higher quality supplements they take these out. The next item is Feverfew. It's a relative to the daisy plant, and it's been shown to help with migraines and also cluster headaches. It's said to be anti-inflammatory in nature and can inhibit blood vessels from spasming. Researchers indicate Feverfew significantly reduce severity of pain and relieve nausea and light sensitivity. The recommended daily dose is 250 milligrams to minimize migraine frequency and intensity. The next item is Magnesium. Daily magnesium may help reduce how often you get a migraine. It is known to be calming to the nerves. There is some evidence that migraine sufferers are often deficient in magnesium. Dosage is between 400 to 600 milligrams a day. You want to be taking amino acid chelated magnesium, not magnesium oxide. Magnesium is also found in dark green leafy vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Another thing to take to prevent migraines is B-complex. B vitamins can reduce the frequency of the migraines, and they boost your energy production inside the nerve cells. Vitamin D is also important. Seems like today everyone's deficient in vitamin D3, probably because we spend so much time indoors rather than getting outside and getting sunshine. Some research has shown that vitamin D3 may play a role in how we perceive pain. I recommend 5,000 milligrams a day. As part of migraine prevention, here's some things that you can do. Number 1, avoid migraine triggers. Get plenty of sleep, drink lots and lots of water, eat a healthy, preservative-free diet. Avoid anything in your diet that is a known trigger, like red wine, smoked cheese, chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, whatever it is for you personally. And then the next thing is exercise. Exercise reduces stress, helps individuals sleep at night, and this can regulate hormones that could be triggering your migraines. Stress and inadequate sleep are major triggers for a lot of people, and they just don't even understand it. I hope you found these tips helpful for you and that you get control over your headaches quickly and naturally. If you'd like more information about headaches and natural pain relief that you can use to once and for all get rid of your headaches, go ahead and follow the links in this video or on the page that you're watching it at. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.